The year was 1964. That guy with Parkinson's was making shit movies, someone thought Kennedy was a shooting range, and 4 guys with bowl haircuts was all anybody would ever talk about. And still, there was only one thing on my mind. The school dance. And for the last 4 years, there was only one girl I had my mind set on taking. Sylvia Romano. Jesus fuck, even saying her name felt like a dream. I was never really religious, but when I saw her I had no doubt in my mind that I was looking at an angel. That Sylvia could do no wrong, and word on the street was she was looking for a date. My father was a comic writer for the newspaper. It didn't pay much, but he enjoyed doing it, and that's all that mattered. Then there was my mother, sweetest woman in the entire world. I didn't like that she worked so much, but she always told me that she got paid in my father's jokes, and that was enough for her. So it was enough for me. Hey Tone, what's funnier to you, a dog or a cat?
A dog.
Whoa, where you headed off to in such a rush?
Oh, I'll just be out for a bit, Pop. I gotta go take care of something.
Alright, well don't be back too late. Your mother's making dinner later.
Pop.
Today was finally the day. I'm telling you, you could see my smile from miles away. From afar, it looked like I was walking to Sylvia's, but I swear to God, I felt like I was floating with all the butterflies in my stomach. She was gonna be my date to the dance, and I was gonna be the luckiest guy in Brooklyn. All I had to do was ask her, what's the worst she could say? Sylvia Romano, it would be my honor. What the fuck? Is Sylvia home?
Yeah? Who's asking?
Your mother's boyfriend, you fucking schmuck. Well, I'm just a friend from school, and well, not really a friend, but I know...
Wait a minute. I know you. You're that guy that's got a little crush on her.
Eddie was at the door.
There she was, the woman of my dreams, the prettiest girl in Brooklyn, standing right in front of me. I'd been waiting on this moment my whole life, and it was finally here. All I had to do was make a move, and she was gonna say yes, or my name isn't...
Anthony, right?
My name's actually Antonio.
Antonio, right. Well, listen, Antonio...
Sylvia, why are you talking to this loser?
Eddie, stop it.
I mean, look at him. He looks like a loser.
Antonio, I'm sorry. This is my boyfriend, Eddie DeLuca.
You gotta be fucking kidding me. Boyfriend?
Yeah, boyfriend. Me and Sylvia are going steady.
Now, what did you come by to tell me?
It was nothing. I just thought I'd come by to tell you both congratulations.
Oh, well, if that was it...
Yeah, that was it. Come on, Sylvia. We gotta go practice our moves for the dance.
From that day on, I forgot what it was like to be a gentleman. When I looked in the mirror that day, I looked the same, but I felt different. I felt foolish, angry at myself. Angry at myself for thinking that a guy like me could have a shot at love. I mean, think about it. My dream of taking the most gorgeous girl in school to the dance, crushed by some fucking meathead. I was filled with so much rage that I didn't know who I was anymore, and neither did my parents. Antonio, come on. You've been playing with your food for 30 minutes. Eat your piece. Fuck off with the piece, man. Hey! What's the matter with you? Who taught you to talk like that, huh? What's your manners? Fuck you. I didn't know what was worse. The fact that I just said fuck you to my father's face, or that I didn't care. All I know was 2 things were lost that day. Myself and the sweet boy my mother raised.
A little different than all the rest. I'm quite old-fashioned, wear a hat, sometimes play chess. And when I'm out, I'm looking for that vintage fling. But all complexions that I adore, so
I never had a big appetite for revenge, but after everything that had happened, I was fucking starving.
Yeah, what's going on? Let me get it's gonna be 2 large pizzas, both of them with anchovies, a little bit of Parmesan. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those. Is he gonna want anything? I don't know. Let me ask. Hey, John, you gonna want anything?
No, I'm good.
What about him?
No, I guess you don't want anything.
Doesn't want anything? Doesn't want anything? Hey, I tried. All right, that's gonna be it. Yup. Okay. All right, you too. Okay, take it easy. Give me the bag.
Antonio, where you been? I didn't see you at school today. I've been looking up and down for you.
Okay, well, you found me. Mission accomplished. Now please take a walk. I feel like being alone.
Oh, you got a lot of shit with you talking to me like that. I'm your friend.
You know what? You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. I was a little out of line there. I've had a lot on my mind. I feel like I'm losing it. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Forget about it. I get it. Look, I'm already over.
Yeah, sure.
Going to the dance?
Nah, I'm not going to that dance.
Not going? What are you saying? There's gonna be
I'm
bras,
saying I'm not going.
drinks,
That dance is
music.
for losers.
Losers. Antonio,
Losers,
you don't even know what
yeah,
you're
it's for
talking
losers.
about.
I'm not going, and that's it.
You know who I saw at school today?
Who'd you see, Vin?
Eddie.
Eddie, what fucking Eddie?
DeLuca. Eddie DeLuca.
Ah,
He's a pretty stand-up guy. He helped my mother bring up the groceries.
no.
Yeah. Oh, that girl he was with? That beautiful blonde broad. What was her name? Susan, Sally, Cynthia.
Sylvia.
There it is. Sylvia. Look, I got a lot of respect for Eddie, but holy fuck do I want to bang her.
Vinny, come on, don't talk about it like that.
Why? Who cares? No one's around.
I care,
Look,
alright? I care.
Antonio, if I want to say I want to bone her, alright? I'm gonna say I want to bone her.
Don't you ever talk about it like that in front of me again. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? What, are you gonna hit me?
Go fuck yourself, Antonio.
All I ever wanted was a shot with Sylvia to the dance. Instead, I got a shot to the heart. And now with an arrow from that no-good son of a bitch Cupid, but a Smith & Wesson 36 revolver. I started asking myself questions. Where did I go wrong? Who am I? Why do they call an orange and a banana banana? Shouldn't the banana be called yellow? The whole world didn't make sense. If I could give any young man advice, don't fall in love. Because women will make you fall in love with them. Then when you're not looking, they'll rip your heart out, stomp on it, then throw it away like old milk. Yeah, I've made a lot of stupid mistakes in my life. You want to know what the biggest one was? Falling in love. And other people might tell you different, but this isn't their story. It's mine. That's what happens when you get attached. Don't make the same mistake I did.
Antonio. Antonio. What are you doing getting home so late? It's 2 in the morning.
Everything's alright, Pop. Don't worry about it. Just go back to bed.
Don't worry about it. What do you mean, don't worry about it? You're coming home late, you smell like you've been smoking, and you're drunk.
I'm not drunk. I'm not drunk, Pop.
I don't want to talk about it. Well, I want to talk about it, and we're going to talk about it right now. Antonio, would you look at me? Hey, Antonio, look at me. I said there's nothing to talk about, Sylvia. Oh, okay, so this is about that girl. Pop, just drop it, please. Oh, I mean, you should have just told me. There's nothing to be ashamed about. I'm not ashamed about it. I just don't want to talk about it. Drop it. No, I mean, it's obviously eating you. You know, I can help you out and teach you a few things. Teach me? Teach me? What are you going to teach me? How to be a bum? How to write a comic? That's stupid. Hey, those stupid comics put food on the table, all right? Barely. That's why Ma has to work so much, because you can barely provide for the family. Antonio, you're drunk. You don't know what you're talking about. Get off of me! Pop, I'm sorry. You know what, Antonio, you're right. I have written a lot of comics in my life, but the biggest joke I ever made was you. Stay here, leave. I don't give a fuck anymore. You're gonna do what you're gonna do.
I was the biggest mistake my father made. Those words brought me great pain, but it was nothing compared to the agony Sylvia gave me. I didn't know what to think anymore. At that point, I was looking for a sign from God, someone to talk to, an angel.
Antonio?
Sylvia, what are you doing out here so late? It's no place for a lady.
Well, we just got done putting up the last poster for Eddie. We think he's missing. You haven't seen him, have you?
No, I haven't. But if I do, I'll let you know. Sylvia, you should probably get out of here. It's getting
They're
late.
saying it was you.
Who said that?
Everyone in the city's talking about it. Oh, please, Antonio, I need to know if he's all right.
Why do you give a fuck about that schmuck anyway, huh? I mean, what did he ever do for you?
He loves me.
He doesn't love you. He doesn't love you. No, if he loved you, he wouldn't let you be out here in these streets all by yourself.
Did you do it?
Oh, come on, Sylvia. He had it coming to him.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. But it was only because I love you.
Oh, Antonio, that's not love. You're just crazy. I mean, what are the police gonna say if I tell him? I mean, when I tell him, I don't know what to do anymore. Everybody's looking for him. His parents won't stop asking about him. I've never been in a situation like this.
Do you love me, Sylvia?
You need to move on, Antonio.
Brooklyn love. It's something you can't find anywhere else. But if you do, it'll drive you nuts. And still, for some reason, people keep going back to it. I learned 2 things that day. Nobody's your friend, and the people that say they got your back are the same ones waiting to stab it. My mom and pop died a few years later. Vinny ended up putting a ring around Sylvia's finger, and I had 2 around my wrist for the next 35 years. Someone asked me, if I could go back, would I change anything? No, I wouldn't. In fact, I'd do it all over again. Some might call it sick, others might call it evil. I call it Brooklyn love.